Welcome to this week's Serendipitous Rebel podcast. Hi, I'm Wendy Guth, back with you for an interview with Laura Ritter of Ritter Family Farm. So Laura, along with her husband Michael, have turned her interest in sustainable farming into a reality in suburban Maryland. Laura was a public school teacher who became a stay-at-home mom when they started a family, which now includes 4 kids from 5 to 15. And for the past 7 years, including through a pandemic, she has run Ritter Family Farm, devoted to creating the highest quality and exceptionally flavored food for her family and community, which takes farm to table to a totally different level. And I'm excited to share Laura's unique journey with all of you. Welcome to the Serendipitous Rebel podcast. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Crystal. This podcast is for the adventure-loving, purpose-driven, action-minded, authentic, and rebellious entrepreneurs.
Just like us. And just like you, we are trying to figure shit out. So join us as we talk about business and life and everything in between. Hey, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Serendipitous Rebel Podcast. I'm Wendy Guth, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to have a real treat today. Here I have Laura Ritter, who runs a working farm, the Ritter Family Farm in Howard County, Maryland. So, I usually talk to online entrepreneurs, but this is an unbelievable treat because you are an online entrepreneur as someone who who sells your products online, but you also run a farm. You also run a farm.
Yes, I wear that hat as well. Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so incredible. And speaking of hats, so as like a sidebar, we were just talking about the hats that Laura wears, and I will do a quick run through since I don't know. I actually really like that question. What kind of hat do you wear?
I did too.
And we talked about the fact that that the number one hat is your me hat. And that is, remembering who you are. And I loved it. Who you are when it's just you, which, hey, as a female, as a mom, really? And that is such an incredible, important hat to wear. And then you wear your mom hat, wife, and you're also your business partner, though we will say, who does all the work on the farm? Okay. Well, anyway, we won't go there. And then the fact that you run a working farm. And then the 5th hat, which I really loved, is that you're a world citizen, which is really an incredible thing to say these days. And I will add that you're also a bibliophile.
Yes, I love to read.
Yes.
I don't have quite as much time the past however many years, but still get some of that.
Can you share how you got started in this business?
Well, funnily enough, a book. I was really, really interested in the idea of we are we eat.
Mm-hmm.
And I started reading Joel Salatone's books, and I started growing my own food at a little garden, and had a baby, had another baby. And my husband was like, okay, all these are organic, chicken breasts and organic ground beef, whatever is really adding up. And maybe we wanted to look for a different place. Well, maybe we should get a farm and raise some animals. So that's how we started with the farm. I was a school teacher before. I did not process chickens, but here I am.
Wow. And it's been like what? It's been about 7 years.
It's been 7 years. It'll be 8 years in April.
Wow. This is always one of my favorite questions. Were you an instant success?
No. Oh, wow. No. So many hard lessons. And some of the lessons were that there are so many things out of our control.
Yeah.
That you cannot, you'll drive yourself crazy trying to just control everything. or trying to make everything go the way that we want it.
And, thinking about it, and it's also really hard when you wear a ton of hats.
Yes.
It's the hats that we wear, and how able are you to compartmentalize anything?
Well, I mean, I've had to really learn, since COVID. That's why that me hat is so important, because I did not make myself a priority. And it was really, it was bad for me, and it was bad for my relationships, and it was, bad modeling for my kids, that you just give, 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 give. So I had to learn to put myself as a priority. And I think a lot of women and business owners, especially, you have to schedule time for yourself, and schedule whatever it is that fills you up, whatever it is that makes you
satisfied, happy.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to make time for those things.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not even happiness. It's sometimes you just schedule time so that you can clear your head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And knowing what it is that you need. Like, what do you need? What do you need? I don't know. Well, figure it out. Because guess what? There's nobody that's going to do that for you. Nobody's going to know what it is that you need. And it's hard. It's hard to ask yourself that question.
Yeah. Oh,
because
that's so true.
Yeah. Especially it's hard to ask yourself that question in the midst of it all.
Yeah.
In the midst of 4 kids and 2 dogs and a million farm animals and, the phone ringing off the hook and things like that. But
I'm just laughing, imagining
I do it.
Chickens running around. Chickens.
I tell you a funny story. This is like how ridiculous my life is. So I was on the phone earlier this year. I was on the phone with this 7th grade counselor to get a schedule change for my daughter before school started. And my then 8-year-old runs in and goes, Mom, Ivy has a chicken. It's in her bed. Ivy has a chicken in her bed. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Excuse me 1 second. Hey, can you tell her to please take the chicken outside, that only the dogs are allowed in the house. The chickens are outside animals. And he's like, okay. So as I'm trying to collect myself to get back to the phone call, I hear the counselor laughing hysterically. Hey, listen to this, and tells the story of and the worst part about it, the 8th grade counselor goes, "Oh, that must be Mrs. Ritter. Tell her I said hello."
Oh gosh.
Yes.
I mean, so you're infamous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
First of all, I have to say it's fantastic that you have a sense of humor. And
you have to.
Well, I got to tell you, there's a lot of people in this world that don't. I think it's having a sense of it's knowing what fills you up. It's knowing what fills you up your bucket, and it's also being able to laugh like all the time.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, life can be quite ridiculous around here. I mean, it really.
And I can tell our listeners that we started this call about 15 minutes late because I get this picture of a bunch of pigs, very cute pigs,
in my yard,
the yard, and Laura's like, I gotta go shepherd them elsewhere.
Yeah, they were not supposed to be in my backyard. They were supposed to be across the driveway in another pasture, and I still don't know where they got out. That's gonna be my task after all the children come home from school. Come on, guys, let's go find the hole in the fence.
Oh my gosh! So I mean, through all of this, were you ever scared?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I've been heavily pregnant and had pigs escaping and like legitimately scared, like what if they get out into the road, or like, and so super fearful. I've had times where it's like, did I make the wrong choice?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the right life for the kids? Like, we work a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We work a lot, and the kids work with us a lot. I wonder, like, are they going to look back and be like, resentful, or are they going to be proud, or are they going to, so we all make decisions.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, oh, I had 4 kids. Life would have been a lot easier if I just would have had one. I wouldn't go back and change it, obviously. With things with the farm, when things get tough, you just think like, oh goodness, the positives have to outweigh the negatives.
Well, and I guess the next question has it been worth it?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, my kids are 15, 13, 9, and 5, but
Oh my God.
the character that I see in them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the comments that I get from people. I mean, the farm is for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's that I do. I mean, everything I do. I think about as an example, being an example for my children. When I was a teacher, I was a public school teacher. It's how I did my checks and balances on myself.
Mm-hmm.
If the parent of this child were here, how would I be behaving? How would I do this if my principal was here or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I hold myself to a really high standard. So I did the same thing with my kids. If this wasn't my kid, how would I be
Right.
handling the situation? My 5-year-old, we call her Honey Badger because her tenacity and her willpower,
Yeah.
oh, it's going to serve her so well in life.
Yeah.
But to mother it, oh, she mirrors all the beautiful things I think about myself, right? Oh, I get stuff done. I don't give up. I
Mm-hmm.
am just a beast when it comes to things I believe in. I am so strong-willed. But when you're 5, if you really want to wear those sandals and it's 22 degrees,
No.
you know.
When they see mom as more than just mom, they see mom wearing
Yeah.
different hats. I think it really does bring out the different sides where they know your tenacity no matter how you slice it. They know your tenacity when you're chasing a farm animal or butchering a chicken or
Yeah. Well,
or
that's another thing about the farm life.
yeah.
During COVID, we had chickens to slaughter,
Yeah.
and there was no processing facility with any openings. So guess who had to step up and get it done?
Yeah.
And they saw me struggle with that. I never wanted to kill chickens. I never wanted to process the animals. It was hard enough thinking that they had their one bad day. Like that's how I disconnect from my animals. They have the best life. My pigs live the best pig life. My sheep live the best sheep life until their one bad day. And with my chickens,
Yeah.
I'm the last eyes they see.
Yeah.
And it's hard every time. I'm not going to say like, oh, it's. I didn't grow up like this. I grew up a little in the suburbs.
Yeah.
I was a public school teacher, not a farm girl. But in times of necessity,
Yeah.
we do what we have to do.
Yeah.
When you have to put food on the table, you do what you got to do to put food on the table. We eat chicken.
Wow. It's so incredible to think about. Well, actually, also what you're doing. I mean, it's the non-GMO. It's you're doing things the humane. I saw.
We're supporting a local family farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Clear Spring. So we get our feed from local sources,
Yeah.
and we sell locally. And it is, I mean, I love the local food movement. I don't grow all of our food anymore, fruit and vegetables, because I don't have time. That's one of those
Right.
balls that had to just drop. And I'm like, well, I grow all our own meat. But, local CSAs are where it's at.
Yeah.
And, I mean, not everyone lives where we live. So not everybody can shop at the Ritter family farm. But I would encourage everyone to go to their local farms and see if they sell on, off
Yeah.
their farm. A lot of places do.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And
For the same or even a better cost in the supermarket too sometimes.
yeah, and I'm looking forward to coming up and visiting because I put a whole bunch of stuff in the wish list on your website because that actually makes my husband particularly happy.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, we
your plan.
have
We will
lots and
definitely
lots of
revisit.
things.
So, one of the things that I really like to do is what we call our rapid fire. So,
Oh,
whatever
okay.
pops into your head when I say, what is one system you can't live without?
Oh, Wendy, I don't do systems. I have ADD. I
You
couldn't live
know,
without the okay timers in my
yes,
phone. Yes,
yes.
I have timers in my phone, and if I mean, I could live without them, but I'd have a lot of very unhappy people in my life. Yes,
I,
so
well,
I have
you and
that's
no,
the
I
system that I
can't.
use.
Yeah, if it doesn't go into my phone and then beep, usually a half hour beforehand, my life is a shit show.
Yes, I have to. Yes, I have to definitely. Yes, that. Thank you for asking that question because I had to think really hard. What do I do to function? That is
Yes.
something I do.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even, I go through, I try all of the crazy one, different systems and stuff. And I'm like, it's just the phone, which is attached to some part of my body at all times. Yes. Yes. So,
Okay, sorry. Question two.
okay. What gets you out of bed in the morning?
Animals,
Yeah. Okay. So
dogs,
do they literally, oh, the dog. Okay. So the
the
dogs,
dogs.
do
Yes.
the animals wake
Um,
you up in the morning?
I definitely hear roosters crowing. Yeah,
Okay.
their chicken coop is on the other side of my bedroom window.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So really, it's the love of the animals.
four small children. Yeah, no, I still have kids. I still have kids. That's what gets me up in the morning. I really like my bed. I'll be honest. If I didn't have animals and
Yeah.
children to feed,
Yeah.
I would probably stay in bed for
Reading.
the major. Yes, yes. I would. My husband, he knows that coffee in bed is like that's my favorite. So on days when I actually can sleep in and he brings me coffee in bed, I'm very happy with him.
I love that. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wistfully. One of these days. One of these
Yeah.
days. Yeah. But
The,
no, animals, like literally the having to feed things is what gets
yeah.
me out of bed in the morning.
That,
Otherwise,
well,
my behind would be in that bed for until at least mid morning.
ah, see, and now, no, you're like, and you probably get up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Because don't you have
Yeah.
to? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have Max, my oldest, and he has some before school practices and he's only 15. So I have to drive him to yeah. So yeah, it's still dark in the
Okay.
morning when I drive him to yeah.
Yeah. I totally
In
understand.
addition to the farm, I wear that hat of mother, right?
Yes. Yes.
Chauffeur, ATM.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. So, what do you love about being an entrepreneur?
Getting to make all the decisions.
Yeah.
That's also what I hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Knowing that the success is mine,
Yeah.
the failures are also mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, no, but I do love that. No, there's a sense of pride in creating something and it's yours.
Yes.
When you have people, when you have children, you're like, it's a different type of pride because they're not, they're yours, but they're not yours.
Yeah.
With a business, oh, this is something that my husband and I created
Hmm.
and that I am very, very, very proud of. And it's a legacy that we're handing down to our kids too.
Definitely. Oh, wow. I guess I could ask, do any of them show interest?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all say, well, when mom and dad get old, I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna live here, and I'm like, well, we'll see about that. We'll see which one. We have four children, so
Yeah.
time to buy
Huh.
some land.
Huh. Okay. So the last one is define purpose.
The thing that lights that fire within you, that thing that makes you feel alive, not necessarily happy,
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
but your presence, the thing that makes you that draws you in.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a teacher, I was present when I was teaching. When I am outside doing what I'm doing, I am there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm present. And that is my purpose. My purpose right now is to be here, to really
Yeah.
be aware and spend my time doing things that I enjoy doing and that bring me to life. During COVID times, there was so much of Groundhog Day.
Oh,
I was
God.
going through the motions, right? Now I did this yesterday and the day before and last week and last month and last year, and all the repetitive actions. And I get to do things now,
Mm-hmm.
right? I choose now. I have choices. And I lost that for a while, during COVID. I just kind of like lost all of the I was just going through all the motions. So I'm getting that back now. My purpose is to be intentional and to be present.
Oh, wow.
So whatever it is about my purpose, it is to be, whatever I'm doing is to be there with it. And it's an ongoing struggle.
I totally hear you. Yes, I hear you. And congratulations on all your success in your business. I mean, I've read some of the accolades. Thank you so much, Laura, for joining us. And if anyone is in the Sykesville, Maryland area, to swing by and visit.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come up.
I love downtown Sykesville. If anyone is in the area, downtown Sykesville was the coolest small town in America.
Really?
That's like, yeah. It's 2 minutes down the street from us. And then we are right off of River Road, and there's the Purposeful State Park. So people could go down and go fishing or go play in the river. And we are right up the street from there.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's a fun day trip.
Most people don't generally get to see what a working farm looks like, which I think is really pretty incredible.
Yeah, well, everybody who comes there, we love to give tours, and our kids, love to talk about it and talk it up. Yeah, we are open on Saturdays 10 to 3 and Sundays 11 to 2.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Wendy, thank you so much.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a rating.
But only if you liked it. Otherwise, just keep it to yourself.
You can learn more about our upcoming masterminding opportunities on our website at serendipitousrebel.com.
And if you have topics you'd like to hear about, be sure to submit them on our website or DM us on social media.
Hey, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.